Alright. It's been a while. Good day, everyone. I'm Shiro Tamaya, your resident Coyote Phantom Thief at your service. And welcome back to part 5 of Katawa Shoujo. I'm very excited. I missed playing this game so much. And this is such a fun game, too, honestly. I don't even... Though it's been so long, I can't quite remember where I was. Hopefully tonight, the stream doesn't... Well, actually, I'm not gonna even say anything, because... Anyways, let's just start. Where did we leave off? Oh yes. I stopped us right at this decision point. Basically this was about, the disease, I'm pretty sure. Ren mentioning, like, the heart, or, well, Lily noticing the heart stuff. Sorry I'm not in very good condition. I don't really want to talk to about it. Let's open up. It's alright. I just need to catch my breath. My condition isn't the best these days. Oh. Is it something that is related to you being transferred here? I mean... She cuts herself off rather abruptly, maybe realizing she was being a bit intrusive. Her instincts are sharp though, and while I don't like the subject, it's not like I should lie about it. If it's Lily, I don't think I mind. I'm just weak for the time being. Hanako said you look fairly healthy, so naturally I thought... Lily doesn't finish her sentence again, letting it trail off with a measure of concern. Aw, it's okay. Aw, Lily. Daijoubu, Lily. Hold on, let me... Sure, my volume is all set up here. I think... Hold on, let me... turn up my voice just a tiny bit more. That should do it. Okay. As she furrows her brow, Lily's uncomfortable expression spurs me to say at least something to ease her feelings. It's surprising she's this flustered, considering her straightforward attitude with her own blindness. She must know that not all share her own comfort about such things. No, it's okay. I have a pretty... I guess the best way to put it would be a messed up heart. Arrhythmia. I had a bad heart attack a while ago because of it, and spent most of the spring in the hospital. Ended in Yamaku on doctor's orders. She silently nods her head in acknowledgement. My answer, though, only seems to make Lily furrow her brow even further. She doesn't seem to quite know how to react, given we don't really know each other that well. I can't really fault her for it, given I have the same exact reaction. To my surprise, in a moment's time her face shows that she comes to some sort of realization. Wait, so... the time when Emmy and you collided in the hallway? I grimace slightly. Her ability to connect the dots quite so fast is unexpected. Yeah, I guess I'm a textbook example of why those rules about running in the corridors exist. That was a lot more dry than I'd intended. Lily visibly shies away from continuing the topic. While I do assuage her concern, I really don't want to dwell on this either. Don't worry about it. I try to offer a reassuring smile, but then realize the futility. Without knowing this, Lily smiles at me reassuringly, but doesn't say anything further. Arriving at the dorms, Rin stops in front of her mural as if lightning struck her. She had been so quiet for almost all of the walk back that I had all but forgotten she was here.
It's Friday, isn't it? Yes. Yes, Friday, the 8th of June. This is bad.
Bad? Why?
I think I am going to go in a fetal position and throw up, possibly in reverse order.
Okay. Is something wrong?
No, nothing is wrong. It's Friday and nothing is wrong yet. This mural, it's going to be finished by Sunday, so everything's alright. Do you have any drugs or a time machine?
Drugs? Rin, no. Trippin' isn't gonna make this thing finish itself.
This is not good. Not good.
So she's behind her schedule. Recalling Shizune's exasperation at Rin's carefree attitude several days ago, I don't know what to think. She has left herself open for a told you so, unless she can pull off whatever she needs to pull off by Sunday morning. Rin keeps staring at her mural, looking as mortified as she can.
Leave me. I'm going to need to work for a while.
I glance at Lily, expecting her to share an incredulous look with me as I roll my eyes, but then I realize she's not one to do that kind of thing.
Leave me.
We do, of course, not wanting to aggravate her any more than she already is. There is a churning feeling in my gut. Ren sure has a knack of making people feel worried about her. She seems like a person who should never be left alone. Maybe we should call someone? She sounded like she was going into shock or something.
I'm sure she will be just fine. She's just how to say.
Lily cocks her head a little, trying to find a polite way of calling Rin crazy without calling her crazy. お前は狂ってる. Unique?
Yes. A very unique person.
I guess you could say that. She giggles at the notion melodiously, nodding in agreement. Aw, Lily. Crazy then. Ollie, we found your long-lost sister. The sister you never knew you had.
Sorry about leaving you stranded as you talk to her. I don't really understand her, so I keep my distance.
So my guess was right. Lily offers a slight apologetic smile, as if she was sorry that her own shortcomings have prevented her from becoming closer to Rin. I'm not one to blame her, at all. Lily lets a long breath, probably disguised as a yawn. I imagine she's as exhausted by all of this as I am.
I'd better leave now and give these to Hanako. Thank you for your company, Hisao.
She smiles very sweetly at me. It feels different than normal, despite the fact that she seems to be smiling so often. I can't put my finger on what the difference is. It's just different. Aw, it's just a little more sincere. Pat, 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 pat. Relaxed, I'd say, but that's probably just relief over getting rid of Rin. Maybe. Yeah, good night. Say hi to Hanako for me.
I will. Good night.
Oyasumi riri. Next day. The students roll into class for the Saturday morning session, each and every one of them spotting the tired eyes of people who have worked through the night. With only a day left to prepare, I suppose it's not so surprising. Thankfully, we only have to suffer through classes until lunch break, and then our time is our own. Hug all these girls. Yes, Tsume Senpai. They all need hugs. All of them. I want to gather them in a room and be like, hey, I'm gonna hug you all. You're all getting pats, love, cuddles, everything. Muto lurches into class in a tired stagger. I suppose students aren't the only people here that enjoy their late Friday nights. Without saying a word, he scrawls some page and question numbers on the board and slumps down at his desk. It's completely atypical behavior for him, but it appears that no one in the class is going to call him out on it. Wordlessly, the students shuffle their textbooks into position and get to work. Not wanting to break the trend, I do the same. Fatigue has made the class antisocial. Not a peep is heard among the ruffling papers. That can partly be attributed to the two empty seats beside me. For some reason, Misha and Suzune aren't present, probably doing council work for the festival. She can hug with her legs, she's very petty. Yes, you can always hug. You can always find a way to hug. It's very quiet without Misha present. I wonder if she was born as rowdy as she is, or if she is making up for Shizune's lack of voice. Nakai, can I speak to you for a moment? I'm so engrossed in thinking about Misha that I don't even notice Muto approaching my desk. Sure, what's this about? It's probably better if we speak outside the classroom. Alright. Something about this doesn't sound too good, but I stand up and follow him out the hallway. Muto stands in the hallway, scratching his head as he works out what he's trying to say. Not knowing what is going on, I silently wait. So, tell me, how are things? Things? I expected Muto to be a little more vague, but this is pushing the limits. You know, things. You've had a week to settle in now, so how are things? Fine, I guess. See, and how's your condition? The pause before condition seemed a little unnecessary. I haven't had any problems so far. A brief shimmer of relief passes across Muto's face. Good. The school nurse was a little concerned that you might have been pushing yourself a bit too hard. He asked me to keep an eye on you, and he couldn't. That makes sense. Oi, 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 senpai, senpai, oi. No, a little less yabe. Less yabe in my chat, excuse me. I know there's like only two of you, but calm yourself. That makes sense. I ask that you don't blow us off so freely. As much as we try to give you the level of education that you would get at a normal school, you have to realize you have limits. It was a room reference. I don't know that reference. I don't know that, but. I know there will be a time and place for bottom left commentary. Like, not yet. Not yet. Maybe I'll make some streams specifically. The room? No, I don't know the room. I'm not that cultured. Watch along, Ichikuse. I need to figure out actually how to do a watch along. That's something I do want to do in the future. I just don't know how to set it up because there's like a sync timer or whatever, and I don't know what to do with that. Or like, yeah, it's just complicated. Stuff he spends his spare time with Kiara in the corner. Oh jeez. Also, hi Arthas. Hi Shin Yakoso. Welcome to the stream. Anyways. I'd ask that you don't blow us off so freely. As much as we try to give you the level of education you would get at a normal high school, you have to realize that you have limits. Our goal is to make sure that you know where those limits are, and how to maximize your potential with them. Do you follow me? I did not hear it. It's VS. I did not. Oh hi. No, I don't. I don't know that. Rip. I guess. I mean, I don't plan on doing anything stupid. Well, not to start, I guess. So then, on to my next question. Are you finding your studies? I understand you were laid up for a while. We're not too far ahead, are we? I don't really think so. I tried to keep up when I was in the hospital, so it hasn't been too hard. I'm lurking while I work. Good luck with your work. I hope it's going well. Muto taps his chin and raises an eyebrow as he absorbs this information. Is that so? I suppose there are still students out there who realize the importance of learning. I wouldn't go that far. I was only trying to keep myself occupied in my little life support prison. Well, yeah. You've got to keep up with these things, right? That's exactly it. One wrong move in this world, and you're left behind, right? Right. Wouldn't want that to happen. No, you wouldn't. Every week there's a new scientific discovery. Most of them mean nothing to the layperson, but any one of them could be the key to the next big thing. Thanks, I just have a couple of hours left. Oh, that's nice. Hope those hours pass by quick. I'll keep that in mind. It's obvious that Muto's serious talk is over, and he's gone back to his standard, slightly scatterbrained approach to life. I think, in hindsight, that I prefer him this way. He's slightly more predictable in his unpredictability. Well then, I think that's all I really had to say. Let's get back inside, shall we? My relief at that suggestion is insurmountable. Sure, you're the boss, right? Muto pauses for a moment. I don't think any of my students have ever said that to me before. For an instant, I consider replying to this, but something deep within me tells me to shut my mouth and get back into the classroom. A few students jump at the sound of the door, rapidly trying to pretend that they are working on the questions on the board. Some don't even bother, their heads slumped on their desk as they nap. Thankfully, it would appear that Muto does not even notice them. He returns to his desk and retrieves the scientific journal from one of the drawers. I guess I got to him there. The class returns to the near silence that Muto and I left it in before our chat. Mixed feelings of tiredness and anticipation buzz around the room. Everyone here is either waiting for the chance to rest or the chance to get their last-minute preparations underway. The clock on the wall slowly ticks the remaining classroom away until the bells finally cry out, ending the torment. Before you all leave, I expect the answers for those problems by Monday. Class sighs as one, instantly regretting slacking off, but still acutely aware of the more pressing issues at hand. The classroom empties in a blink as everyone rushes to their last-minute festival I can't speak, hold on. Festival preparations. There we go. I stay behind and try to quickly finish the questions so I don't have to bother with it over the rest of the weekend, with the festival and all tomorrow.
Hi, Hanako.
Apart from me, Hanako is the only one left, obviously waiting for Lily. Did you say freshing issues? No, I did not say freshing issues. I just fumbled saying pressing, like, and I slurred it, like, it's God. One thing I hate sometimes when I listen back to my own voice is that I can hear myself slur things really weirdly. I sometimes the way I talk bothers me so much. I don't know what it is. BGM kind of shut up and did it? Oh wow, it did actually. Hold on. I'll just leave it at... I'll leave it at 14. Let's try that. Apart from me, Hanako is the only one left, obviously waiting for Lily. It's... hold on, actually, wait, I wanna move a few things around. See this? This works. It's weird that Lily comes all the way to our classroom to pick her up. I expect that moving around is at least nominally harder for her than it is for Hanako. But it's none of my business, and I naturally don't ask about it from Hanako. Despite the relative proximity of our seats, neither tries to strike up a conversation about that or anything else either, so an oppressive silence falls upon the classroom. Time passes in silence. It's probably just 15 minutes or so, but it feels longer. I turn the pages of my notebook. Hanako turns the pages of the novel she's reading. Better, I can hear you again. Okay, sweet. Here, actually, it still seems a little loud. I think that'll be better. Okay, that's a little more balanced sounding, looking to me. My pencil had splinters against the paper just when I was about to finish a paragraph. The sound of my irritated sigh and subsequent fumbling around for a sharpener feel like they're breaking the mood in the classroom. Hanako keeps her eyes firmly away from my direction. Before long, Lily's tall figure appears in the doorway. Hanako? Aw. That's so adorable. Golly. These two are adorable. I love that. Her name is all it takes to make Hanako jump up from her desk and run to Lily. Oh. Pat. Cute pats. They talk quietly for a moment, but it isn't long before Lily leaves down the hall, and Hanako idles back into the classroom, taking her seat once again. Oh, she's not going. I watch Hanako out of the corner of my eye, out of sheer curiosity at the idea that the two would be separated. For a couple of minutes, she does nothing but sit with her chin in her hand, staring at the desk dejectedly. Oh no, no sad. Don't be sad. Don't be sad. Hold on. The boredom evidently becomes too much for her though, her slender frame reaching into her bag and pulling out a small book. Come to think of it, that isn't the new one. That isn't the one I saw her reading at the library. She must be quite a fast reader to get through them at this rate. But why would Lily leave her to her own devices? It seems to be quite out of the ordinary, going by Hanako's reaction. That's right. I think Lily mentioned something about going into town today before Rin bumped into us. The thought of that walk makes me look outside. The bright sun and occasional people wandering around and enjoying the afternoon makes me yearn to get out of the school, or at least do something other than sit here. Giving into one of my worst vices, procrastination, I decide that history is or a Monday, or on any other day than this one. Procrastination, my friend. Welcome back to... I hate procrastinating, but I've actually done a very good job at not procrastinating as much, but it's still there. It's still there. It's hard not to procrastinate sometimes, though. You just gotta kind of punch through it. I give a grunt as I lever myself out of my seat, briefly debating with myself whether or not to hang out with Kenji. Gosh, he doesn't strike me as the enjoying the nice weather outside with others kind of person, really. I guess I'll catch up with him later. Wait, what? Is YouTube freaking out? Hold on. What? Is, what's wrong with, oh, is it my frames? Did my frames just kind of break? I mean, they dropped by 4% currently. I don't know what that is. But anyways, oh, KMKS God, welcome to the stream. Yokoso haisine. Glad you could stop by. Welcome to part 5 of Katawa Shoujo, where apparently YouTube wants my frames to die. Don't know why. I'll keep an eye out on the stream again from my phone. I can see better what happens on it. So yeah, I hope you're having a good day, and I hope you enjoy the stream. Anyways, changing tacks Changing tacks, I briefly entertain the idea of talking with Hanako, but by the time I look at her seat, it's vacant. It went offline. Okay, hold on. Wait, hold on. I can't go. Oh, wait, oh, jeez. I'll read through some of the, things that, YouTube probably cut me off. Bright sun and the occasional people wandering around enjoying the afternoon makes me yearn to get out of school, or at least do something other than sit here. I already... Giving into one of my worst vices, procrastination, I decide that history is a subject best studied on a Sunday, or a Monday, or on any other day than this one. The bright sun and occasional people wandering around... hold on. I give a grunt as I lever myself out of my seat, briefly debating with myself whether or not to hang out with Kenji. He doesn't strike me as the enjoying the nice weather outside with others kind of person, really. I guess I'll catch up with him later. Changing tacks, I briefly entertain the idea of talking with Hanako. But at the same time, I look at her seat. It's vacant. She must have left for the library. There's gotta be something I can do to kill time. Go to the library, go for a walk into town. Oh, this is definitely something important. Hold on. Create a new save state. Continue. Return. Okay. Go into town or go to the library. And this is like a split decision. This is basically telling me to decide Lily or Hanako. I really started liking Lily after that convo, but I think okay. Yeah, I gotta go. I have to go with Hanako. I have to. I'm sorry, Lily. Oh man, this is difficult. This is painful to choose between the two because I actually really like I really like both of them. Okay, let's go to the library. But Emmy though, I think like the chances for me to get Emmy. I think like I really messed up the choices. Like I don't think I scored any points with her. It just did not go well. Lily and Hanako's like responses, like the questions were really easy for me to know like what would definitely like, you know, make both of them happy. So it's like I didn't have that much of an issue. I mean, especially don't have a fight, you two. I'm definitely sure that I'll love Emmy's route when I do it. But for now, since this is my first route, I'll go with I'm going with what I want to do, and that will be Hanako. And then I think once I actually am able to get through this route, I'll do a poll as to what route to do next. So there's Lily, Rin, and Emmy and Shizune. So I'll put a poll there. I'll do, since I scored a lot of points with Lily, I'll put Lily up here. Or actually, considering that Lily is already kind of... I can load this save state. I might do Lily next, and then I'll do a poll between Shizune, Emi, and Rin, and do that. Just to make my life easier, because I don't have to, yeah. I'll probably do that. That'll be easier. So anyways, though, let's do this. Hanako, here we go. The library seems as good as a place to go as any to go. Hanako looked as if she was taken pretty off guard by Lily leaving, so she might want someone to talk to. Slinging my bag over my shoulder, I make my way out of the classroom. I walk down the hallway to the library, past a multitude of closed corridors. You can skip all scene to get right to the routes you missed on future playthroughs. Yeah, I'll definitely do that. Just so I don't have to, suffer through the prologue 10 more times, because it has taken multiple parts to get to this point. I walk down the hallway to the library, past the multitude of closed doors. Through each one, the sound of Furie's rehearsal can be heard. Rock music blares out of one door, almost as loud as a concert. I guess that's one of the advantages of a private school. There are actually enough rooms to go around at a time like this. And when I think about it, the grounds and buildings of the school are kept in pretty good condition. That can't be too cheap. I've heard that this place has some pretty serious benefactors. Alright. The walls of the library only partially insulate the noise of the festival preparations, but they're the only sounds to be heard. Hi Bison, welcome to the stream. Yokoso. Hope you're doing well, and I hope you're having a good day. Not a soul stirs here, with everyone apparently enjoying the weather outside or working on festival events. Yuko isn't here either. Maybe she doesn't work on Saturdays. I quietly walk through the library, now fairly familiar with its layout. I head to the back where Hanako's private little corner is. I run my hand along the spines of the books on the way through, feeling the individual texture of each as I glance across the titles. I used to do this all the time at the library and at the hospital. Some things never change, I guess. Like the smell of the library. No matter how much you care to take, the paper and books is always going to degrade with time. Probably no matter which library you go into, anywhere in the world, it must have that same musty smell. Since you seem to love this game, I have another V novel for you when this one is done too. Ooh. I'll look forward to message me about that one. I would love to check that out, Sume-senpai. I do have DDLC though I have to get through though first. As for how this is gonna work between those two, I think I'm gonna alternate on Fridays which one I do. So since I'm doing Katawa Shoujo today, I'll be doing, I forgot. I meant to announce this. Next week, I'm not gonna be streaming for I think 2 weeks, 3 weeks possibly. I'm leaving for a vacation on the 16th. I'll be gone for that week, and then right after that, I'm gonna be getting some wisdom teeth taken out. That's gonna be fun. So I won't be able to talk for a little bit. I don't know when I'll be back necessarily, but yeah, after that even, I'm gonna be busy. I'm gonna be really busy. I don't know when I'll be able to stream next. Hopefully it won't be long, but I'll be trying to do streams on different days though. We'll see. I probably won't make a schedule though for next week. I don't know what I'm gonna be doing. So yeah. Yabe indeed. But for now, let's just enjoy the streaming. I find something that looks light enough to read without any major thought involved, then look for Hanako in the reading area. Once again, she's sitting on a beanbag with her back to the bookshelf, reading the same book she'd had in the classroom. She's slowly making her way through the pages. Unlike last time I saw her here, I quietly take a seat in a beanbag. The noise is enough to catch her attention, but not startle her. Aww. Hold on. Kawaii. This delicate routine that must be followed each time, and every time I try to talk to her, almost feels like a hunting game. Is that the same book as before? Okay, Hanako's voice.
Yes, I'm almost finished.
That's a little too high. Or actually, I don't know. Something higher pitch might actually fit her. Cool. Cool. Nice to know. I wonder if I should. Do you mind if I borrow it when you're finished? My mouth is faster than my mind, it seems.
Sure. You may not like it, but
I'm sure it can't be that bad. After all, you've been stuck with it, haven't you?
I guess.
I settled into my beanbag and set about reading my own book. That had been buried in my bag. It's a light novel about pirates. To be honest, I'm barely skimming over the words, having chosen the book merely because it belongs to a different genre than I usually read. Finding it hard to muster enough enthusiasm to finish the book, and noting I've inadvertently distracted Hanako quite a bit, I decided to try and make conversation. So, I see Lily left without you. Oh. She nods before taking her eyes off her book. She must have been really into it after all.
Lily said she had to go and meet someone.
Oh?
Akira, her sister.
Sister? I haven't heard her talk about her family.
She and Akira used to live together.
I thought all the students lived in the dorms.
We don't have to.
But it's easier, right? I mean, there's food here, and you're close to school. I don't think I've ever been to class on time so often in my life. Akira, aka Shiro. I just hear Akira, and it's like, Joker. Looking cool, Joker. I can't get you can never erase that freaking line out of your head after playing Persona 5. It's just all you hear. Every single fight. Looking cool, Joker. You take this cute girl on a date right now. I'll do my best, Sume Senpai. I'll do my best. Her badly hidden smile proves quite rewarding. In the back of my mind, I know I have a bit of homework to catch up on, but it's quite comfortable in here. No one can find me and force me into working for their pet project either. No, now that I'm thinking about the festival, another question comes up. Hey, Hanako, what are you doing for the festival? Oh, what the? That shock. She's like, ah. For a split second, I think that Hanako is about to throw her book in the air from shock.
Sorry?
I was just asking what you're doing for the festival tomorrow. Anything planned? Hanako pog. She's like, ah. Why is this expression so scared? It's so turkey and adorable. Oh my god. No, too bad. You pick her up and you go on date. It's like, I walk up to Hanako. This would absolutely scare her away. It's like, why, hello, gorgeous. Why don't you and I get out of here and have a little fun? Okay, wait, that's a little yabe. That's a little too yabe. Hano EXE has no malfunction. It is now an emote. Perfect. Are you winning, daughter? Wait, since when was I your daughter? What? Anyways, so I was just asking what you're doing for the festival tomorrow. Anything planned?
I don't know.
Hanako answers in a way that people do when they don't want you to ask any more questions. I take it large crowds and loud music aren't really her thing. Oh, okay. Change the subject. Abort. So, what's my sister like?
She's nice. She's pretty like Lily, but she dresses businesslike.
Business-like? Oh. Okay, now I understand what you meant by that.
She's always wearing a suit.
Suit gang rise. That reminds me. Okay, I'm getting off topic again, but come on, that reminds me. Speaking of suits, like that kind of, fancy attire. When Ollie, the top hat on Ollie. Oh my gosh. Oh, that was so cute. I have that art where she's wearing my top hat, but that, oh my gosh, I loved that so much. Top hats are cool. It said they were cool, and it made me happy. Phantom Thief with a top hat, after all. And Poco has a top hat as well. my little white cat mascot. But, oh my gosh, that made me melt. I had to think which art. Like, oh jeez. Anyways. Let's see. And that makes her less pretty. How? Wait, hold on. I see. And that makes her less pretty somehow? Aw, Hanako. Hanako gives an embarrassed shake of her head.
No, just different.
I'll admit, this has got me intrigued. To hear Hanako talk about someone other than Lily at first, and to be complimentary about it too. But as I try to picture this mystery sister, all I can think of is Lily in a suit. And I can't imagine that not being attractive. Not at all. I can't imagine that not being attractive. Not at all. Hisao, you may be stupid at times and you might not answer everything amazingly, but you know what? Shiro Izumoto. Hi. Within Olipro, I am there. Imoto. But, Hisao, you may be stupid at times, but at least you're cultured about this. Congratulations. Congratulations. Oh man, alright. Well, one day, you'll have to introduce me to her.
Okay.
Our brief conversation ends as abruptly as it started, and we both return to our novels. The passage of time is marked only by the gradual movement of the patch of light cast through the window. Slowly, the noises of the various rehearsals in the building fade out and die as students start to get hungry and tired. Just thinking about that makes my stomach start to turn knots around itself. I think it's time to head back. Do you think Lily would be back by now? I think I might head back to my dorm. I'm pretty tired from this week. And not a word of that is a lie. Moving to a new school as it ramps up for a major event has been taxing, to say the least. I can feel myself nodding off as I read my book.
Okay. I might stay here a bit longer.
Looking at Anako's book, I see that she only has a few pages away from completing it. For a moment, I consider hanging around until she finishes, but once again my stomach turns, emitting a gurgling sound. Sure thing. Well, I'm going to head off before it gets dark. I'll see you around, okay? Oh, the little blush.
Okay. See you, so.
Later.
Hisao?
どうしたの? Hmm? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I wanna pat her head. I wanna give her head pats. Oh my god, she's so adorable. Oh, my heart. My heart. Fresh melt, yes. Yes, indeed.
Thank you for hanging out with me.
Oh, the little blush too. Pat her head. Yes, all the head pat. You can't see my mouse. I have my mouse disabled. I don't want the cursor just showing around. It's kind of annoying. But yeah. Aww. I can see how hard it was for her to get that simple sentence out of her mouth. It leaves me hanging for a moment. So, there is someone in this school who's even lonelier than me. Maybe lonely is the wrong word. I haven't been lacking company for this first week, but I've still managed to feel somewhat alone and detached. Maybe loneliness is a wrong word for Hanako too. She is Lily after all, doesn't she? I realize I've been standing there for way too long without answering, and pull off a flawless, not too exaggerated smile. You're welcome. Good night, Hanako. The slight little softening of her eyes, that's perfect. Oh my god.
Night.
I leave her to finish her book and head out to the dorms with the promise of food. And the promise of food. Oh, my heart. The next day, I wake up feeling a bit lightheaded. It's almost noon already. Sleeping late is fine, since it's a Sunday and there are no classes. Not just a Sunday, though, but the festival as well. From my window, I can already see some people at the soba booth slinging noodles onto plates for people with a craving for low-quality food. I throw back a handful of my morning meds and ponder how to spend the day. There will be a few exams in the coming week, but I don't consider those as ominous as others, so I'm not worried about them as I probably should be. With no urgent obligations regarding education, I should be free to spend the day at the festival as I like. Emmy is all the snacky. The philosophy of anything, the only snacks you truly need are your wife. It is the waifu. All you need is waifu. God, I need to shut up. Finishing my morning routine, I exit into the hallway, intending to go out and find something to eat. Let the love of these cute girls sustain you. Be sustained on Moe. Self a senpai. Oh, jeez. Passing by his door, I decide to see what Kenji's up to today out of impulse. Oh gosh, it's Kenji again. I'm curious if he has any plans since everyone is doing something. Then again, I can picture him having built a soundproof shelter in his room. Or possibly something like a fort complete with a no girls allowed sign. And the girls crossed out in body crudely scrawled beneath it. Knocking on his door, which is luckily devoid of any kind of sign, I hear again the unsettling clicking of at least 10 locks being pulled back. Oh god. The door opens with a crack. Oh, here we go. Who is it? You're supposed to ask that before you open the door. This gosh darn BGM. Oh, it's you. Damn, it's early. It's not really that early. What is it, man? Nothing. I was just gonna ask you what you're going to do today. Half the school is already out there. Why are you so angry, dude? Out where? Why? What? What? Is today special? Why are they Why are they there? Who are? I can hear them. It's loud. Don't tell me. Has the invasion begun? He suddenly looks more alarmed. What day is it, man? Yeah, I guess you can't see the big wooden booths outside and people are selling stuff. What the hell are you talking about? I have curtains closed at all times to thwart snipers. It's the festival. You know that, right? Hold on. Oh, jeez, Kenji. Oh shit. That's today? Oh, damn. Damn it. I can't believe I forgot. I don't even have my 4 finished yet. This is bad. It's going to be a very bad day. It's good you told me this, man. This is going to be a bad day. Why? Oh man, they're gonna be everywhere. The people outside my window, socializing. Kenji rubs his temples nervously, suddenly looking very ill. It's going to be loud as hell. Damn. And I was going to go out today, but now it's ruined. Everything's ruined. This is awful. This sucks. Dude, come on, let's get out of here. What the hell? This really sucks. I can't go anywhere now. There's nowhere to run. Kenji seems nervous. You could even say he's majorly freaking out. I can't believe this. So that's what today was. Damn, and I couldn't even prepare for it. I can't even brace myself now, and it's here, and I can't do anything. You should have told me earlier, dude. I mean, at least I know, but it could have been earlier. Imagine what I could have accomplished. Sorry, I thought you knew. So, I guess you're not going to be doing anything today? Relatable character. Hi, Reese. Welcome. Relatable. I mean, yeah, avoiding socials. It's like, oh my god, it's happening. There's a party outside. People are socializing, and I'm gonna be dragged out to socialize with them. Oh, is YouTube having issues? My stream seemed to be fine. I don't know what's happening. Maybe it's just certain areas, but for me I don't think it's died at all. Did I get cut off at all? Seems to be fine now. Okay. I'm just gonna back up a tiny bit. Sorry, I thought you knew. So, I guess you're not going to do anything today? The weather is good. Yesterday was really windy, so I thought today would be cold. It's not, though. So there's no reason to just stay inside. Yeah, you should check the festival out. Kenji groans, covers his face with his hands. I got no issues. Okay, so it might just be certain areas then. Because my stream seems to be fine. I'm not getting any warnings. The stream that I have playing on my phone to monitor how it's doing doesn't seem to have like any issues at all. So, I'm YouTube kun onegai shimasu. Please work for me. Alright. No, no. I can't do it. He'll eat me alive out there. I know it. And that has to be a joke, but he said it with such a straight face. Relatively straight. What are you gonna do? What are you going to do? We should hang out in here. You can help me build my fort. We might be able to make it if we work together. I don't know. I'm pretty hungry, so I thought I'd get some food first and then check out the attractions. Your class project seemed pretty cool, and I gave a hand with it, so I want to see at least that one, and chat with Lily, I guess. Speaking of that, don't you have any obligation for the project? Are you out of your mind? That blind broad is up to no good. I can feel in my spleen, man. Your spleen? Her presence is like a dark shadow that's in the way of my great vision. As expected of blind people. Dear God, Kenji, calm the hell down. What? Besides, I thought that you were also... He holds his hand to interrupt me. Only legally. Metaphorically, I can see farther than any man before has seen. Kenji looks stoically into the metaphorical distance to emphasize his statement, thrusting his chin forward to look manlier. Actually, it's just the corridor wall 2 meters away, but it's all the same. I can see the future of mankind, and it's a dark one, unless the threat of women is stifled. They're everywhere. He fingers his scarf nervously, faster and faster, like he's trying to start a fire, then slowly begins to calm down once the panic attack finishes running its course. But can he see why kids love the taste of cinnamon toast crunch? Gosh. He what? That's on you, sir. I'm going to have to find some place to hide, a safe haven, and then knock the lights out of myself so that I don't have to experience this horrible day. I have the perfect thing for that. I must prepare now. Don't go to the festival. Okay. Later, dude. The door slowly closes with a low creak, and I don't know how to feel about what Kenji just said. Oh, Kenji. Oh, Kenji. You blessed boy. Anyways, as my friend warned me not to go to the festival, I decided to buy some takoyaki from the stall belonging to the class next to ours. I take a seat in the school gardens and watch people pass as I tentatively nibble away at the rather bland tasting item. I guess I shouldn't complain, it's better than nothing and didn't cost much. Luna would be disappointed.
これはまずいよなのだ
I'm sorry, that was terrible. That was such a terrible impression. I can't do Luna's voice. It's so high pitched and it's like, it's weird. I can't. Kenji is just Izuru if he went off the deep end. Oh my god. God, I'm not gonna get that image out of my head now. Heck. As I look towards the school, watching the people coming and going proves a surprisingly entertaining way of passing the time as I eat. Oh jeez. Little children, accompanied by parents or grandparents, scamper about in the din from event to event, one hand dragging their company and the other bearing an oversized, colorful sack. I can't help but notice the age range among the people here is skewed towards the elderly, something that I'd also noticed when I was walking around town. This must be one of those towns where the only few people left are those that lived here their whole lives, and ardently refuse to leave, and those wanting to live out the rest of their days is in one of the... And those wanting to live out the rest of their days in one of the increasingly few tranquil places. I guess that also goes away to explaining how conservative Yamaku's school culture seems to be. Not that I mind one bit. I kind of like how calm Yamaku and its surroundings are. The heat, though, is another matter entirely. Sitting in one place for so long has focused my mind on how annoyingly humid it's getting, now that the hottest part of the day is here. I'd better get moving if I... Gah! The sound of the Carillon... What the hell? The sound of the Carillon bells takes me completely by surprise as I stand up. A reaction shared by a few of the people strolling around as well. The PA system crackles to life after the tolling bell ends. Its age shows as the principal makes a barely intelligible announcement over it, officially opening the festival that's very much in full swing. It's quite amusing to contrast the pleasant smiles of the older folk against the alternatively pained and bored grimaces of the younger charges. The students, on the other hand, seemed to pay little heed. Nevertheless, as the address finally ends, all are united in a polite, if not overly enthusiastic applause, and then get back to business. Slipping a hand into my pocket to look as relaxed as possible, I casually glance around for something to do. It's somewhat difficult to see very far with all the people around. And I decide to fall back on a tried and trusted rule. Go where everyone else seems to be gathering. Right now, that's the school courtyard and surroundings. Throwing the used plate into the trash can, I make my way towards the school building. So many people. I would hate this. You know, I may do heists and stuff at, like, big fancy parties. You know, that's fun. But even then, I prefer the openness of the cityscape, where there's no one around. Even around the buildings, enjoying the night sky. Something like that. Parties just aren't quite my scene. Phantom thieves work in the shadows. So, it's pretty solo. Seeing the number of stalls around the perimeter of the school building surprises me. A few of the classes must have opted to have multiple stalls. But think of the pretty girls you're going to meet. Oh man. That's what the highlight of doing a heist. The lovely ladies you meet along the way, you know. In deciding which to visit first, I catch sight of a familiar banner with a blue patterned border and red text. Lily's stall is as good of a place to start as any. I'm curious as to how it's going after all of the work she and her class have been doing for it. Well, stepping up to it, I begin to see why the class took so long to organize everything. Easily twice as wide as many of the other stalls, and with equipment for cooking strewn everywhere, it's closer to an outdoor restaurant than any festival event. As a student in front of me takes a bowl of noodles and leaves, I walk up to the counter. The girl behind it seems quite exasperated and asks me to wait a moment before she disappears underneath the counter. Seizing the moment, I take a quick glance around. Steam seems to be rising from everywhere as pots and pans simmer away. The most blind of the students are unpacking ingredients while being helped by someone who is probably the teacher of 3-2. It doesn't take long to notice Lily is among them, talking with the teacher as she quickly counts out the boxes and packets with her fingers. From her expression and the fact that both she and the teacher seem to be in a state of mild confusion, it appears that there have been some problems in coordination. Before I can stare any longer, the girl behind the counter pops up again, only to look back and ask where the spare change box is. Lily pauses for a moment before she and the girl switch places at the counter, and the teacher quickly walks off somewhere.
Sorry about that. We're having a few problems. What would you like?
It takes me a second to remember what I'd come here for. My eyes quickly dart to the side and read the menu sitting on the counter. Water. Oh, I guess some miso soup.
Is that so?
Yuppie doo. Yep, looks like you're pretty busy. Her face all but confirms it as she drops her waitress facade.
Somewhere along the line, our order got mixed up. We're trying to fix it now, but it looks like we only have half of what we needed.
Wouldn't serving smaller portions cover over the problem?
It seems that what we'll have to do, though, it seems like that's what we'll have to do, though I wish we didn't. In fact, the fact that a good half of our class is gone doesn't help either.
That is fruit for Lily has been blocked forever. Hi, Jonathan. To follow. What? To follow. Is that like you speak English? I'm sorry. English, yes. I don't. I apologize. I don't know. What language? I don't even know what language that is. I apologize. But welcome to the stream. I hope you enjoy yourself here. 来てくれてありがとうございます。Anyways, I glance behind to see how many people are actually operating the stall. It couldn't be over about 8. I take it that's why your teacher left.
That's right. She's going to try and round up a few more of our classmates to help.
Hearing the sounds of footsteps behind me, I stealthily glance backwards to see an elderly couple taking a place in the line. I guess I'd better stop loitering around and chatting. Here's the money for the soup.
Soup. Oh, right. Coming right up.
Lily turns and calls for a bowl of miso soup. I hand over the money for it. Taking the coins in her palms, I can't help but notice how efficiently she counts them out with her long, pale fingers. Eventually satisfied that I've handed over the correct change, she puts it in a small metal tray. Yeah, sorry. It isn't long before the soup is made and carefully handed to her which she turns and subsequently passes it to me. Thanks. I'll come back to drop the bowl off.
Thank you, Sal. Oh, there is one thing. Have you seen Hanako?
Hanako? No, not today. Why? She gives a small sigh of abject disappointment.
It's okay. I was just wondering what she was doing for the festival.
Oh.
You'll come back when you're done, then.
Sure, and I'll keep an eye out for Hanako too.
Thank you, Miss Sal.
I walk off from the stall and find a seat, carefully cradling the steaming wooden bowl in both hands. Compared to the dumplings from before, this is quite nice. A little cool compared to what it probably should be, perhaps, but the flavor is enough to cover for that reasonably well. As I drink, I can't help but feel somewhat guilty for not being as involved in the festival as others. It can't really be helped, considering I was dropped into school only a few weeks ago. Only a week ago, not a few weeks, Jesus. But it still weighs heavily on my mind. That and the fact that a few students don't really seem to be enjoying the festival as much as the visitors. Eventually, I finish my bowl and leave for the stall to drop it off. Considering that there seems to be no line at all, I take my time walking up. Oh. Oh, sorry. Alright. It seems the teacher's mission paid off. There are now a dozen students helping, and much of the unpacking has been done. Despite most of them seeming quite relaxed as they work, Lily still appears to be somewhat stressed. Lily doesn't look impressed at all. I can't blame her. On top of her issues with the stall, she seems to be worried about Hanako. I can't really help her with the former, so I guess the only way I can help is by trying to take her mind off our shy mutual friend. Placing the ball back on the counter, I call out to Lily. Hey Lily, don't worry about Hanako. I'll go find her and hang out with her, okay? I can see Lily's relief plainly written across her face. Oh, Lily's such a good friend. Lily's such a good friend. So caring, so caring. Oh man, I like this trio together. This is fun.
Thanks, Sisao. And if you see anyone from my class, can you tell them to come back here, please?
Will do. Have a good one, and make sure you take a break, okay?
I will. I will if I can. See you, Hisao.
I leave Lily in the stall and head out in search of Hanako. In a way, I feel bad for leaving her with the crowds, but even though she was clearly under pressure, I can't help but think that she must be enjoying herself. The halls are packed with swaying crowds meandering through the festival. If there's one thing I know about Hanako, it's that she's not going to be anywhere near this. And with the students showing their friends and families around the dorms, I doubt she'll be there either. Following blind intuition, I move against the grain of the crowd. Thankfully, this crowd seems to be less festive than your usual festival crowd. I assume that this is out of consideration for the student body. As I force my way through the masses, it doesn't take long for them to thin out into nothingness. This is not surprising, since I am standing before the library. Even the most eager of students don't bother to show anyone this section of the school. As I enter the library, the noise of the festival fades into a dull background noise, and soon I am in the reading area at the rear of the room. Behind one of the partition desks, I see the top of a head with straight, dark hair, catching my eye. There's our girl. Hey, Hanako. I have a feeling I'd find you here. Hanako, fuck. The head jumps a little in shock before slowly peeping over the partition.
Hisa?
Hey, Lily's pretty busy, so she sent me to find you.
Oh, do you want to sit down?
Actually, I am feeling a little hungry. Would you like to get something to eat from one of the stands? It's like after eating a bunch of snacks already.
I brought some food, so...
I shouldn't be surprised, but it was worth a shot. But it was worth a try. Expecting her to go outside today was a long shot. How about we eat in the tea room? I passed by it on the way here and no one was around. We can make some food there and it'll be a little more comfortable. What do you say? Aw.
Sure. Let's go.
Hanako closes her book and puts it away with deliberate practice movements. Good to go?
Yeah.
We walk side by side from the library to the tea room. As expected, there is barely a soul around. If it weren't for the murmurs through the halls, if it weren't for the murmurs through the walls, you wouldn't tell that there was a huge festival going on outside. Hanako carries her bag in both hands and focuses on just the floor ahead of her. Oh, daijoubu, Hanako. Every now and again, she seems to break her pace a little and steps in slightly shorter paces. The first time it happened, I gave it no mind, but I soon noticed that she does it on a regular basis. Are you alright? Hold on. My voice is... Okay, there. Are you alright? She stops dead in her tracks.
What?
I dunno. It looked like you were tripping or something. Oh, what's that? What? A pink blush rises into her cheeks as her gaze returns to the floor.
It's nothing.
You know, when you say nothing like that, people are inspired to ask further questions. For a second, I don't think she's going to answer. Prepared to leave it be, I almost set off walking again, when...
It's a game.
Game? Oh my god. This is adorable. You little dork.
Do you see the floor here?
What a bizarre question. The floor looks like any other floor, covered in those tiles made up from squares of linoleum. Nothing noteworthy. Well, yes, what about it? Oh my god. Oh, that's so cute. Oh my god. Oh, that's so adorable.
Sometimes, when there's no one around, I only step on the darker ones.
Hanaga's voice trails off as her expression continues, until I can barely hear her voice over the roaring silence of the empty hallways. Darker ones? Shuffling her feet, Hanako points the toe of her shoe at a tile that is barely a shade darker than the other ones.
Like these ones.
Oh, right, so these ones are no good? I point out a nearby tile.
Yeah, it's something like that.
That... Boku no kokoro... Moe. Moe da yo, kore. Oh. Man, I love this girl. Oh, I see. Do you play this game a lot? Hanaga shakes her head. Just when the halls are empty? She nods. Well then, no point in stopping. I'm beginning to get really hungry. She nods again, this time with a little more enthusiasm. Ah, the little blush on her face. Ah. 幸せ、幸せだよ. Well then, let's go. We start off down the hall, and this time I notice that Hanaka's paying a little less attention to the floor. I wonder, just how lonely does someone have to be to come up with a game like that? But before I realize what I'm doing, I find myself trying to aim each step so it lands on the correct tiles. Aww. The noise of the festival is slightly louder inside the tea room, but the breeze coming through the window makes it worth it. Without thinking, I walk to the windowsill and inhale deeply. I sometimes forget how clean the air is here compared to back home.
Would you like some tea?
That would be great, thanks. It occurs to me that this is the first time I've been alone with Hanako without her trying to be somewhere else. Turning from the window, I watch as she makes a simple pot of tea and arranges some sandwiches onto a plate. I've seen her do this a number of times, but this time she seems slightly different. It's like she's calm. She finally feels comfortable around me. Yes. Eventually, she places the small tray on the table and pours 2 cups of tea. The scent of brewed tea mingles with the breeze, and for a second, I feel like I'm the only one in the world. I think I know why you like this room now.
I don't know what you mean.
Well, there are a few people out there, but in here, it's like another world. You can pretend that there's no one for miles.
You're right. It's like the world has forgotten this room. And because of that, you can forget about the outside.
That would be appealing in some cases. As far as I can tell, conventional bullying doesn't exist in this school. But then again, I haven't seen a single person talk to Hanako besides Lily. If you're ignored by the world, A place where you can forget its existence would hold a special appeal. If you're ignored by the world, oh man, being invisible. That reminds me of something when I was still a younger phantom thief. Oh wait, hold on. Okay. When I was younger as a phantom thief, you know, our sen forced me into school because I had no choice. But back then, I didn't really like talking to people. I was kind of antisocial, and could be a little bit of, I guess a little cold in some situations. But there was one time, I went into a classroom, and it was a study hall, and I asked the teacher at the front for a highlighter, because I needed it for an assignment. And she said, like, okay, yeah, here, take one from my desk. I took one, sat down at my desk. I was early, and I finished my work, and then I went back up to the desk where the teacher was, and I gave the highlighter back, and the teacher looked up at me. It's like, did you come in late? I was like, and I kind of just stared at her for a few seconds because I was confused, and then I responded, no, I got here early. And she gave me this look, and I was like, oh, well, I marked you absent. It's like, did you not remember I existed? I walked up to you, I talked to you, I asked you for a highlighter, and then you marked me absent, like I did not exist. I was like, I guess I really lack a presence here. Oh god, that was such a moment though. It was like the first time where it's like, man, I feel a little invisible in this school. That was the only time it ever happened though. But that was such a moment. It's like, talk to me. You looked at me. You saw that I was there. You saw my face. Well, you saw part of my face. I'm, you know, wearing a mask all the time. Got my kitsune mask. We hide what's beneath the face. Anyways, that's a good point. It's like this room gives off some kind of complete freedom. It's like this room gives you some kind of complete freedom.
Yeah. Say, do you play chess?
Chess? Artist. But chess, speaking of chess, as you simps know, Ollie-chan's in a chess tournament. Go support her. I know you guys already are, but you know what to do. We cheer her on. Chess time, baby. Chess? I've played it a bit, I guess. I take it you've played before?
A little.
When are we gonna play chess? You wanna play chess, Senpai? We can do that. Just give me a time and a day and we can do that. No problem. Without saying any more, Hanako moves to one of the cupboards and digs out a small chess set.
Do you want...
Sure, why not? I got her off, but she doesn't seem to mind it. Oh, she close. I'm not that good at chess. I'm not that good. But I have played in the past. It's been a while now. We arrange the pieces, and before long, we're sending pawns charging to their inevitable fates. I take my time to intently examine each move and its consequences, nostalgia for the game taking second place to the matters at hand. For a time, the game is a lengthy battle of attrition, but I spot an opening and tear a line in her defense. In a few moments, her king is cornered by several of my pieces. Checkmate. Checkmate. You're not bad at this, are you? An honest appraisal. Her technique is pretty good, but several times I was able to exploit her lack of prediction. I pick up a piece and examine it. It looks relatively new, yet worn from its age.
I guess not.
Does Lily play? The absence of Hanuko's answer causes me to think about my question.
A bit. This is the first time I played against someone other than her.
Or... She cuts herself off abruptly, leaving the answer hanging in the air. Someone she knew before coming to Yamaku, maybe. Well, I'm honored to have played against you. Her face.
Small blush. Can we play again?
She asked as if she were asking me to cut off my own hands. The spirit of competition got into her. Sure. Though don't expect me to go easy on you this time. Not that I was before, mind. She seems to appreciate the competitive tone.
Same here.
As we are setting up the pieces, there's a noise at the door. Ah, Lily!
Good afternoon. Lily.
Oh, hey there, Lily. Are you finished?
You both are here? Wonderful. At any rate, our teacher managed to round up some extra help, so I was able to leave. Have you been here since you left?
Pretty much. We've just been playing a bit of chess.
Would you like a cup of tea?
Actually, I think it might be good. It might be a good idea to go outside for a little while. The instant drop in Hanuko's face shows her objection to this plan, even though she says nothing. I feel strangely compelled to voice what is plainly in view on her face, but Lily can't see. I kind of think we should just stay here.
Really? Really? It's so crowded here that I was thinking we should leave the school and head for the local tea house. You mean the Shanghai? Of course. With everyone at the festival, it should be practically empty.
Tea house?
Oh, that's right. You probably don't know of it. There's a tea house not far from here, which we go to every so often.
Sounds like a plan. Hanako, what do you think? Oh. Hanako jumps a little at being forced into the conversation, but at least she seems less distraught than before.
Aww. If it's Shanghai, I think it'll be nice. Well then, it's settled. Let's be on our way. Hanako and I rise from our table and our preempted chess game. Before I can do anything, Hanako has poured the pieces into a small container and placed the board away. Looks like we're ready now. Please, lead on. Aw, these two. Hanako moves to Lily's side as we venture onto the school's corridors. The pair leads me through a series of unfamiliar doors, and we emerge on the side of the building opposite from the festival grounds. Insulated by the heavy stone of the building, the noise from the crowd has faded into a murmur. Strange. I thought that most people would be beginning to leave by now. They're probably here to view the fireworks. Fireworks? Yes, apparently the school puts on quite a show. A lot of people come from town just to watch them. Lily's decision to leave the school grounds seems to make sense now. Hanako would probably have a hard time with the whole town descending on the school, or ascending, as the case may be. For the second time since arriving at Yamaku, I found myself walking down this road with Lily. Only now that I can barely hear the incessant noise of the festival, do I realize how loud it was. I could hear my ears ringing slightly in the still evening air as they recover from the day's assault on them. Hanako clings to Lily, but still manages to guide her along the road. That and avoiding the occasional gaze from curious pedestrians that appear to completely sap her constitution. She rarely raises her focus from the ground in front of her, nor does she utter a word. Lily, on the other hand, maintains her prim and proper persona, just as she does in school. It's obvious she purposely puts effort into her appearance rather than hiding it as Hanako does. It's striking how different they are in their way of holding themselves outside of Yamaku's grounds. That said, it's obvious in both their cases that they do visibly change. Oh. Text. Oh, we're back to this. Inside Yamaku, everyone is special, which negates the specialness of it. But once we venture outside the school gates, we return to the status of outsider and generic labels. Especially when we are still in school uniform. It's like a sign around your neck, challenging people to figure out what is wrong with you. I'm surprised that so many of the students keep it on. Then again, with canes and wheelchairs common among the students, I guess it's not really that much of a giveaway. Or maybe I'm the only one that sees this as a stigma? Maybe you get used to it after a time, like any other school uniform. Interesting. More monologues from him. The tea house seems fairly standard from the outside, just an ordinary building with typical signs decorating the entrance. It looks like the type of place you'd walk by without a thought, just another generic cafe in the sea of thousands. If Hanako hadn't steered Lily into the entrance, I probably would have continued down the road without ever knowing that it existed. Oh, jeez. Inside the tea house, it takes a more traditional feel. Everything seems to have been made from the same lump of timber, from the counter and benches to the high-backed booths and around the walls. But the most striking feature of the room is the lack of life. I think I can fairly faintly hear something bubbling away in the background, but otherwise the room is silent. Without any direction, we simply wait near the entrance, politely obeying the "please wait to be seated" sign. Is this place closed or something? Oh my god.
Hi, Yuko. Oh my gosh, the buns. Ah, why, hello. Nice hairdo you got there. The sound of the chair falling over echoes throughout the empty room, and a head shoots up from inside the booth. There she is. Yep, there she is. Nice Yuko.
I wasn't asleep, and welcome to Shanghai.
Yuko, dressed in a pastel apron and clutching a menu, rushes to greet us. Her misaligned glasses and ruffled hair cast suspicion on her previous statement. But whether she was asleep or not isn't the first question that leaps into my mind. You work here now? What happened to the library?
What? Lily? Hisao? Welcome to Shanghai. Welcome to the Shanghai.
Yuko, still waking up, jerks into a violent bow, dislodging her glasses in the process. Oh, I didn't even notice, actually, without her glasses. Oh, she has like little freckles on her face. Oh my gosh.
My glasses.
As I pick up her spectacles off the floor, Lily offers an explanation.
Yuko works here part-time as well as at the library. It's one of the reasons we like to come here.
Yuko takes her glasses from my hands, shakily putting them back on. I love this little...
Yes, that's right. Thanks. Shall I show you to your table? There's no one else here, so you can choose your table and order whatever you like. But there may be a delay, as I will have to make it myself.
It's alright, Yuko. Just a pot of black tea and a plate of sandwiches will be fine.
Right, I'll get right onto that.
Yuko hurries off to the back of the cafe, leaving us standing at the entrance. She pushes the swinging half doors open before realizing that she hasn't seated us.
I'm sorry, please sit wherever you like. I'll be right back.
Following her advice, I lead Lily to the nearest booth as Hanako follows. And let us plop down. As I begin to sit next to Lily, I realize how appropriate this place is for Hanako. The high-backed booths totally separate you from the rest of the room, and it doesn't look like it gets all that many customers. All of the furnishings, from the cushions on the benches to the condiment holders, look dated but aren't overly worn. I wonder if Lily deliberately selects places like this to take Hanako? She seems like the type that would go to lengths to cater to Hanako's unique predicament.
So, Hisao, I didn't know you played chess.
Well, not very well, but I do know how to play.
I suppose the obvious question would be, who won?
Lily's innocent smile makes me hesitate. I don't really want to look like I'm lording my victory over Hanako.
Hisao did.
Yes, but, not by much. Damn. Saying that out loud makes me feel like I've done something terrible.
Well done, Hisao. You've accomplished something I've only ever failed at.
Thanks. I haven't played in ages, so it felt good to play again.
Yes, it did.
Hanako fidgets with her hair a little and looks away as she replies, but a small smile emerges. It's a little more extreme of a reaction than I expected, but it's still cute in that Hanako way. Yeah. Hanako is very cute. Hanako is extremely cute. Throws me a little off guard. Pug. Hanako Pug. It throws me a little off guard, and Yuka's cataclysmic re-entry shocks me back into the conversation. Are you alright there, Yuko? Do you need a hand? I'm fine. I have to do this job I have to do this properly. It's my job. Concentration plays across her face while she stares at the tray in her hands, as if simply looking at its contents will hold them in place. Man, Yuko is such a whirlwind. A whirlwind of anxiety. Oh my god. She's shaking, May. She's shaking, boys. Sadly, this doesn't prove all that effective. The cup and saucer slowly dance around occasionally, clattering as they collide with one another. Taking great care, Hiko sets the tray down on the table with only the subtlest of crashes. There, see? Well done. Thank you, Yuko. Yuko's head rockets downward with her distinctive bow before answering. You're very welcome. Would you like to join us? There's something I'd like to discuss about that recent order, if I may. Oh, well, what the heck? Ah, that's right. Lily and Yuko were discussing a pile of books when I first met Hanako. Something about Lily helping with the braille. I love the blonde girl the most. Oh, Lily. Honestly, when I first saw like the character list of when I first saw Lily, I really like blonde hair. Like, I really, really like blonde haired girls. I don't know why. That's one. That's probably, I don't know why it is. I like blonde. Maybe it's. I don't really know. It's that because I remember the first time I watched what is it? Mahou Shoujo Lyrical Nanoha. That's like the first magical girl anime I watched. I really, really liked Fate, Testarossa. Not just because of like her like almost like kind of kudere personality, that kind of very chill personality. I seem to go with chill personalities, but I really liked her blonde hair. I really liked Fate's blonde hair. That's literally what drew me to her. Not like her really interesting backstory and all of that, but her blonde hair. Then you're my daughter since you love blondes. Seems like a family tree is getting complicated. I feel like you'd love Mordred from Fate. Mordred. I don't know many Fate characters. Hold on, now I'm curious. Now I'm gonna be looking up things in the middle of my Fate. That's probably why I also liked from Tales of Vesteria, I believe. That's why I really liked Alicia. I love Alicia, but I also love her voice. Oh, I know this character, Mordred. Oh yeah, no, I really like her design too, though. She's a really cool looking character. Yeah, no, I love that. She has an awesome design. I love that armor. Jeez. Knights are very cool. But anyways, back to the game. I'm probably gonna try to find a place that get the stops in. But anyways, let's continue. Yes, we didn't get the chance to go through them, did we? Yuko hastily sits down next to Hanako. Apparently her dedication to this job only goes as far as her concentration. Once it is broken, she suddenly loses it.
I'll be in the library tomorrow afternoon if you'd like to try again.
That sounds perfect. I'll meet you there after classes.
Lily?
Oh dear, that's right. Tomorrow's Monday. How could I have forgotten? I'm starting to feel a little left out of the loop here. Then again, that's to be expected. I've been here for barely a week, so it's impossible to know everyone's schedule.
Well, perhaps we could come to some arrangement.
Fata Apocryphia. Watch along with me and with you and Shakuya. Ooh, that could be fun. That could be fun.
Yuko, will you be in the library later in the week? Maybe, but this is already overdue. And there are some things I need to do.
This might be a problem. Lily ponders for a second before discovering the answer. Lily, the way you're... Lily, don't look at me like that.
I wonder, might we be able to enlist the help of another if need be?
Do what? You lost me quite some time ago. Being volunteered for something without even having the slightest idea what is going on really isn't my thing. And here I thought I had finally escaped the clutches of the student council and the repeated attempts to recruit me.
Oh, of course. The other day I was helping Yuko sort the new Braille books in the library. But Hanako and I usually go shopping on Monday afternoons. It's quieter on that day than on weekends. Last week we couldn't go because I was busy with the festival. I managed to slip away later in the week, but Hanako couldn't make it.
Well, since I can't read Braille, I'm assuming you'd like me to go shopping with Hanako?
Correct. You were a great help to me the other day.
Lily, thank you for setting me up with a shopping date with Hanako. Thank you so much. Oh, jeez. I think I can handle that. Hanako, what do you think?
If you wouldn't mind.
Lily, my girl. Wingman Lily. Wing woman Lily. Gotta love her. Of course, I'm still not familiar with all the stores in the area, so it sounds like a good idea.
Okay.
Now that we have that arranged, shall we have some tea? Now that I realize our tea has been sitting idly all this time, getting no hotter.
It's my fault. Let me pour that for you.
Ika reaches out with shaking hands, but I intercept her. She looks in no state to be handling hot liquids. Yes, please do not scald any of us. It's alright, I've got it. Since you've already made the tea and sandwiches, you've fulfilled your waitress duties, right? And that smug smile on her face, she knows what she does. She does. She knows exactly what she's doing. Get the MLG glasses on her. Get them MLG glasses on Lily.
I guess this.
Yuko relaxes a little, but still watches eagerly as I share out the assortment. Oh. Jeez, that almost scared me too, but I have my volume pretty low, so... Oh, the flashing. As I am about to bite into the sandwich, a low loud rumble can be heard, along with the flash of light from outside.
I take it the show has started.
Only now looking outside, I realize that dusk has come and gone, leaving us in the peak of twilight. Sparking tracers arc upward, ready to explode in the floral shapes of fireworks.
Let's go watch. Oh, sorry, Lily. Please don't miss the show on my account. From what I've heard, this isn't a bad location to watch them from.
Oh, Lily. Oh, this is Hanako! Oh, look at her face. It's all lit up. Yes, big oof for Lily. But I like how Lily's so chill about it though too. She's like, she doesn't overreact or anything. She's it's nice. She's very understanding. With the exception of Lily, we rush to the window of the small tea house to watch the show. Where am I? The strobe of the colored lights play across Hanako and Yuka's smiling faces, and for a second, I forget to look out the window. This is a totally new world. There are a few things that don't change. I think that's why the school makes such a fuss over this festival. It's a chance to show the similarities between everyone. The show is over all too quickly. The fireworks are expensive, even for the most well-funded schools. Before we return to our tea and sandwiches, Hanako turns to me.
Thanks for today. And tomorrow.
I wanna... she's so cute. Oh. That's okay. I don't think I could have faced those crowds either. On days like this, it's more relaxing to spend some time away from everyone, don't you think?
Yeah.
Anyway, we've been delaying this tea for so long. For far too long now. Let's get back.
Sure.
We return to the booth and our light meal. I'm melting. Estelle plus Senpai having his fresh moment. It's all just caps here.
That sounded impressive. Bigger than last year's, at least. Yeah, it was great. I've never seen them put on such a show. It gets better every year.
I'm afraid, however, during that time, the tea has gone cold.
Oh no, let me make you some more. This is all my fault.
Calm down, Yuko. It's nobody's fault. I take a sip from my cup just to prove the point. This tea isn't too bad cool anyway. It's like an iced tea. Why do I hear a crowd singing about kissing this girl? Kiss Ricard. Maybe one of these days I should do a Disney singing stream. Karaoke? That would be fun.
Really?
Yeah, really. If you add a bit of sugar, it's kinda nice.
Are you sure?
I'm positive. Now, why don't you sit down and we'll finish this together.
Okay.
Aw, Hisao being a good Chad right now. He's being a good guy. Yuko doesn't seem convinced, but sits down regardless. She carefully measures out about 5 teaspoons of sugar and adds them to her tea. I said a bit of sugar.
I know, but I like my tea sweet anyway.
Hold on. Curiously, I peer into her cup. As expected, hardly any of the sugar dissolves into the cold liquid. She squirts twice before upturning the cup and drinking the contents, sugar and all, in a single mouthful. There may be something more than just Indomie tasting tomorrow. Ooh, looking forward to it, Senpai. Looking forward to it. We need to do a whole new world now. Okay, before. Disney, don't come for me just for doing that little blurb.
You're right, that's not bad at all.
Good. I'm kind of, when it comes to tea, I'm kind of like Yuko. I like very sweet iced tea. I'm not actually a big hot tea fan. It just kind of tastes like, I like iced tea the best. Sweetened iced tea. To me, regular hot tea just kind of tastes like slightly barely flavored water. I look back to Lily and Hanako, both who have finished their meal, as I witnessed Yuka's personality in action. Not wanting to hold anyone up, I use our tactic and finish the remainder of my tea in a single swill. Well then, it seems we're all finished. Should we head back now, or do we want seconds? Yuka's expression shows that this is quite clearly not a good idea. I think it'd be best if we got back soon. We do have to get back before curfew after all. Oh, that is a good point. I'll meet you tomorrow, Yuka.
I'll be looking forward to it, Lily. Goodbye, everyone.
We make our way out of the small tea house and into the dark of the night. Lily and Hanako once again take point, but under the cover of darkness, Hanako seems slightly less stressed than she did on the trip here. We move against the occasional group of people emptying the school grounds, but Hanako seems to lead us along a few minor roads, avoiding the bulk of the crowd. Outside the dorms, the school seems strangely quiet when compared to the noise of the day. Oh, wow, look at the mural. Nice. Okay, but who paid though? It's on our tap, how's that? Well then. Thank you. Thank you both for today. I think I learned a lot. You're most welcome, but I'm afraid that I really must be going. Today's been a long day. That's right. Lily spent all of the day on her feet. I can imagine that walking outside of the school would be pretty tiring for her. I feel a pang of guilt as I remember that I was probably the only one in the school that got up around 10 this morning. Sure thing. Well, I'll see you both tomorrow. Good night.
Good night, Hisao. Night.
The girls returned to their dorm, and I to mine. Actually, now that I consider it, today tired me out as well. Ooh! Act 2, hide and seek. This kind of thing you get when you unlock in a room. Wow, that was so cool. Oh my gosh. Now all you can do is get one of the endings. Wait, hold on. So we stopped at to town. Okay. I think this is a good time to stop. Main menu. There's Hanako on the screen. Falcon punch that alarm. Yes, we'll Falcon punch our alarm. We'll finish Falcon punching our alarm in the next stream. I think I'm still a little tired from the red practice from yesterday, so I'll finish up here. I actually have a little thing I need to record tonight, so I'll be doing that right after. Rip Kenji, rip Kenji. Kenji, I'm sorry, my best boy. But this was so much fun. So we've officially locked into the Hanukkah route. And we'll be continuing this route in the next stream. And the next time I stream this, I don't know when that'll be, but I'm excited to find out what happens next. But anyway, everyone, thank you so much for stopping by my stream. I hope you guys had a great time. I had an awesome time today. I hope you look forward to my future projects. Hopefully I can finish this cover song in time. But anyways, once again, thank you so much for watching. And I'll see you in the next one. Otsu shira.